Hello. We're Having a Stroke, the podcast where a guy with severe ADHD struggles to get through a single sentence while the other one watches in awe. I'm one of your co-hosts, Dominic. With me is my other co-host, Joey.
Hello there.
And surprisingly, no guest this time.
Yeah, I figured that we'd have another little palate cleanser episode or it's just us.
We've run out of people that we know.
We only know two people God, this sucks. Anyway.
We know two people that are even willing to be on this show, and we've run through the list.
We only know two people who are willing to come on here. Everyone else after this will be
hostages.
They'll be forced on with chains.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's been a week. First of all, wait. Let me first of all start this episode by just saying thank you to our audience. I should have mentioned this in episode 3, but this is being recorded after our episodes are going public, and the fact that we have what I believe is 45 views on episode 2 is just mind-blowing to me. So thank you very much for everyone. Thank you for everyone for showing your support. Actually, I had a friend of mine come up to me today and say, dude, I was listening to a bit of episode 3 and it was pretty good, and I was like, thank you. So yeah, nice. I just want to say thank you everyone for listening in.
People listen to this? That's incredible.
I know, it's crazy. They listen to me have strokes every day. It's great. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, and I will keep on pumping it out.
What he said.
Yeah,
that's my response.
So how was your day, Dom?
My day's been pretty good. A lot of it has just been weird sparsing of work and whatnot. I've still been trying, to keep up with my golden cup ramen escapade. I've been trying to follow the competition, and I was like, all right, well, first of all, I ordered all these cup noodles online because part of it is you need a receipt of the cup noodle that you bought, and you need to do all these weird loopholes and things like that.
Right. I imagine there's a process to it that's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been trying to go through it, but I realized the expiration date, I think it was yesterday. I think I totally missed it by one day. Yeah, I think it was just barely at the tail end. So in spite, I'm going to try to get my own golden cup noodle, and I will detail that process later. But for now, my plan...
I got the yellow spray paint. I'm ready.
Why must you expose my plans so early, you motherfucker? That is exactly what I was going to do.
Because they're so obvious.
Yes, I know. But actually, I'm thinking about maybe I should because I have a 3D printer, right? I think what I should do...
3D print a golden cup noodle?
I'm going to buy some gold filament, and I'm going to 3D print this shit to look almost exactly like the one that is in the advertisement, and I think I got a shot at making something cool, actually. I think I got a trophy for being the best, ramen lover, or, number one ramen fan.
That would be amazing.
Oh my god! Instead of cup ramen, underneath where it says blah 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 blah, it just says number one ramen fan. Oh, dude. This is where we're having a stroke merch. It's just us making cup noodles.
It's us making cup noodles, Stroke Club, and Mikey Zucky, and Doug the Rock Walker.
Yeah, and it's at the event that we have with Doug Walker in the future.
Speaking of, I did text... I didn't listen to the Paul radio this week, but I did text Chris earlier today. And he did say he did cut the promo on Doug Walker, which I'm so sad that I didn't get to hear the first one, but hey, It's still really funny that he did it. And he's probably going to keep doing it until, March.
Well, until Doug gives any sort of response at all. I want a tweet that's all right, one of us says something to Doug Walker, hey, we want you to come beat us up in Chicago or whatever. And he just gives a thumbs up emoji in a tweet or something. I would be gladly happy with that.
I also went back and looked at a guy slamming the wall. And I realized that there's a part of it where there's literally a song in there where he's literally mad at people for making fun of him on Twitter.
And as all good artists should.
I'm like, dude, and like the worst part is that it's literally put up against this part in the wall where they're literally talking about like concentration camps and the Holocaust and shit. And I'm like, dude, read the fucking vibe. Like,
you know who
Oh
the
my
Nazis'
God.
like worst critics were? Everybody. Guess what?
Everybody.
That's what Doug Walker feels like on Twitter. Boom! I just said that. Oh my god.
Oh, let's move on from Doug Walker because I'm
what
not
an
having
asshole.
I'm not having another episode dedicated to Doug
No,
Walker.
no, it's too much.
That'll be when Chris returns.
Well, until he shows up is what's going to happen. That's when we actually talk about him.
Anyway, so guess what time I woke up this morning?
By your tone, 3 a.m.
5.
Ooh, it's pretty good. You almost woke up with me.
So, no, it's not good because okay, let me break this down. So I have a class that's usually on Fridays because we're recording this on a Friday today.
Mm-hmm.
I usually have a class on Fridays from 12 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that usually is the time frame that it's at. However, for some fucking reason, the professor decided, hey, you know what? Because we're, quote, behind, because we missed Monday with Martin Luther King Day, we are going to reschedule not only this Friday's class, but next Friday's class to be at 9:30 to 11:30.
What the fuck?
And my question is, why?
Wait, how does that even work?
Also, keep in mind, he told us this on Wednesday.
So, wait, Joey, hold up, before you continue.
Right.
How... So wait, you said the class is from 12 to 2, and this
Correct.
other class rescheduling is from 9:30 to 11.
Yeah, so
How
we're
does that
just
save
having
time? How does that get you caught up?
That's what I'm asking. Because literally, he says it's to catch up on a thing because we're apparently a week behind. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, it's still 2 hours.
No, less actually. Instead of 2-hour classes, 1.5.
It's 9 to 11:30.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 9:30 to 11, and I was just like, yo, that's fucked up.
No.
That doesn't even make sense mathematically.
And you want to know the best part?
Mm-hmm.
The quiz that we had today, I literally got done with that shit at like 10:30.
Ooh.
Not even, like 10.
Huh.
It took me so fast to get through it. And the funny part was that the shuttle bus that takes us to where the class is at, because it's not on campus, only comes at like certain hours and shit. And after class was over, it came at 12.
Oh my god.
And I was like, what the fuck? So then I do that, and then I go back to another part of campus where that was the bad part of the day. The good part of the day was 2 things. One, I got to have a meeting about internships, which was very helpful.
Ooh.
And 2, I got to be a part of the club that I'm a part of, where we were like discussing ideas for like a documentary and a creative narrative shoot that we're doing. So that's good. But at the same time, I'm still pissed off that I had to wake up at like 5. Like, here's the thing. I was supposed to wake up at 7:45. But the problem was that A, I had a night class beforehand, so I stayed up until 10 just getting the fuck home. And B, I fucking, I was so stressed out to wake up that when I woke up at 5:30, I was just like, okay, fuck it. I know I'm not going to go to sleep again because I know how the fucking human mind sleeping works.
Yeah.
I was like, God fucking damn it. And now I'm here. And I'm having a grand old time.
Sounds like it. Well, now you know what it is to be me, because I wake up very early. Unfortunately, yours is not by choice. Yours was very much not by choice.
Mine's not by choice. Like, I know I know you wake up very early every morning to get like that work ethic thing in, but I like my sleep because I am a dumbass that likes to sleep at night. So
No person that likes sleep is a dumbass. I'm gonna point that out first and foremost because I will say, I enjoy my work and I enjoy what I do. I will also say that a grind mindset is like the last thing you ever need, in my opinion.
right,
Like, it's cool to be like, hey, I really enjoy this and I want to put in a lot of hours. But that whole mentality of, oh, you don't work as hard as me. Oh, I put in all these hours to get my work done. There's just no point because at the end of the day, it's like, if you're just proud with what you've done, then that's good. And if you're willing to progress with your stuff, then good. Now, should you be never sleeping to get what you do done? No, because it means you're not doing it right.
right.
Nothing that anyone does, like when it comes to like a grind ethic, nothing of that sort should be like through the night, in my opinion. I think like pulling all nighters is bad planning.
I was gonna say I'm lucky enough to have not
To not get into that.
No, well kind of. I'm thinking of my words because I don't want to have a stroke this episode, but I'm going to probably.
Dude, we need to fulfill our role. We need to give him a stroke.
Fuck, what was I gonna say?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Damn it!
It was about work ethic.
Oh, I am lucky enough to not have dived that deep so that I stayed up all night to work on an assignment. I have stayed up pretty late, like at like 3 o'clock in the morning for like some shit, but I have never pulled an all-nighter, and I'm very happy about that.
Honestly, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think all-nighters are... It depends on the person, obviously, but like, I don't think you necessarily ever have to pull an all-nighter, like, regardless of what you do, I think. But
exactly. Like,
now, I mean, late hours are... Yeah, I mean, that happens, of course, but, you know, if you plan your day out right and you're motivated enough, you can get it all done in one day.
right.
I don't know.
It's all just about planning.
Exactly.
Hey guys, you know what's a cool video game? Persona 5. No, I'm not getting into that.
Is this podcast now sponsored by Persona 5?
Atlas would never sponsor this.
Never. No.
They would never.
I would like them to.
We'd put Last Surprise in it for a second, and they'd take the entire channel down. Because that's just how Atlas is.
Yeah.
I remember last episode we were literally talking about the spotted cows, and then like this week my parents went out to last week my parents went out to Wisconsin and brought me back a case.
Ooh, let's go.
I've been so happy about it.
Okay.
I might crack one out mid episode, but like,
oh, dude, you just made me realize. Okay, so I'm going to Chicago tomorrow. I'm going tomorrow morning. How would you feel if I drove up to your apartment with a Wisconsin goodie?
damn, that'd be cool.
like what's something that you can only get in Milwaukee that you can't get in Chicago that I could bring for you tomorrow? Because I could bring you another case of spotted cow. That is something I could absolutely do.
I'd be so down
that's
for
what you
that.
want, but okay, cool. I'll bring you.
Fuck it. Let's just make it a case of spotted cow. Why not?
All right, bet. I'll split you half a case. Fuck. Wait. Here's my question that I have. Can you buy liquor? Is there a limit on the time in which you can buy liquor in the state of Wisconsin? Because if you can, and if there is, then I might not be able to get it for you because I have to leave
Honestly,
in the
it's
morning.
fine.
But if I can, I really want to do that to you because that would be fucking funny.
Yeah, it'd be funny, yeah.
Purchasing alcohol.
Oh, here's the ASMR part of the podcast where we type against the fucking microphone.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So to cover the air a bit.
Let's see. The sale of alcohol for off-premises consumption is prohibited between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. Okay, we're good. So what it means is that... Yeah, because I'm leaving around like 9... I'm leaving pretty early in the morning. But not 6 in the morning early. So I'll be able to bring a case of spotted cow. Maybe that's missing a beer. I don't know.
Right.
We'll see. But A gift from me to you,
I bet.
as proposed on this podcast.
As proposed on this podcast.
Yeah, this is a very interesting episode. By the way. We're just talking about chores and waking up early. This is the old man podcast.
That's just the way it is sometimes, baby.
Sometimes you got to be an old man or a woman or a person. Depends on who you are.
Yeah.
So,
Jackie Skelly.
You mean from? Oh fuck! You mean from? Wow! I just had a stroke. You mean from?
He's having
Nightmare
a stroke.
Before?
Fuck yeah!
It's not you this time. It's me. Nightmare Before Christmas. You mean that Jackie Skelly? Okay, cool.
I have a poster of him in my room. It's great.
I see. That's where your mind went to.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be the debate that's been asked since when that movie was released. Is it a Christmas or
is
a
a hot dog
movie?
a sandwich?
That one too.
Oh wait.
I mean, we can ask both of them because we're built on material.
Huh. I'd say it's a Halloween movie.
I feel that.
Because, I don't know, the dark kind of tones it takes is very, Halloween-esque.
I get that perspective because it, pitches... Well, it's not that it pitches. It's just the movie is in the premise and the perspective of a Halloween world. So I see that premise. I personally think it's both.
It can be both. That's the thing about it.
Because, I think it's timely for each season. But for me, it's sort of Nightmare Before Christmas is sort of the early Christmas movies. It's December 1st. And you're like, oh shit, guys, let's watch a movie. And to me, that movie pops in my head because it's sort of it's introducing the spirit of Christmas. That's why I kind of think of that. But, I mean, me as an animation guy. I fucking love that movie's great. The animation,
dude, especially because of the stop motion animation part of it.
Yeah.
I've done stop motion projects and I'm like, fuck, that's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. It takes a lot of patience. Patience that I don't necessarily have, but I respect it.
I remember I did have a conversation with my dad about how those stop motion films can get investors and make money, and it was a very interesting conversation. Just because it's interesting to think about, because it's not an animation many people talk a lot about.
Right.
The most big impact I can think of with stop motion animation is Coraline, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Wallace and Gromit, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel that. Well,
and granted, what's the production company that makes Wallace and Gromit? Aardvark?
Which one?
The ones that make Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, I think that's Aardvark or something related. Let me check.
Aardvark makes very good films.
And Gromit.
Yeah. Aardvark's whole style they have of sometimes I think you remember there was one film they did where this one guy opens the door and a whole fucking thing of blood comes in and pours all over him. I'm like, damn, that's cool. That's grossly oversimplifying a bunch of the themes in their films.
Well,
but
yeah,
they are very good
for sure. Aardman Productions is the name of it, not Aardvark.
Aardman,
because I think it was made by. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure there's a production company named Aardvark as well.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think what's interesting for me is seeing because I used to be very invested in animation techniques and that sort of practice of artistry.
Says the guy who didn't see Into the Spider-Verse in theaters. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I had to say it.
I want you to know. We watched Wreck-It Ralph 2 together. And that fist is coming for you, buddy. That fist is coming straight for your. It's coming straight for you. Oh man!
Welcome to the podcast where Dominic is coming to my place, and it's confirmed that he's not only going to give me a package of spotted cows, but a fist up my asshole.
Oh no! Even worse. I mean, I could combine the two. We could put spotted cow. We can put it in your cooler, which is, your rear. But man, that was a sidetrack. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I didn't expect I didn't expect to use the knowledge of animation in what I do. Like I didn't expect to use it as much as I do. Like for instance, because most of what I do is designing products, specifically. Nothing in specific, but I've been really interested in automotive design and things of that nature. And when you make something in 3D, like on a 3D model, there's often chances for you to create what are known as renderings, which is just you make an object in 3D, and then you can find another software that applies like a material and a lighting booth and a setting, and you can make animations with that. And I was like, oh shit, I can like use this to my advantage and like look like a cool guy. So
I was thinking that you use AutoCAD for all that.
Well, you do, but there's other softwares that specifically are like you take a model and you can put it into like a lighting situation and like add surfaces and stuff. But you can also move components around and have them like do little animation things. It's really complicated because it's it's large software. But if you can do it, I mean, I'm sort of thinking like, yo, do I combine the power of one with the magic of the other? Do I, on God, take what I learned from home and like?
Do I, on God, become Captain Planet?
Like... Do I take sugar, spice, and everything nice?
He's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero.
Have you ever watched like Captain Planet, the actual TV show?
I have not. The only episode I know of for a fact that was a thing was the one where he talks about AIDS.
Oh yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah,
and I know of the comedy series they did. I forget what it was, but like Don Cheadle plays like a live action Captain Planet, and it's like,
oh my God,
it gets very fucked up, and he basically like murders everyone and rules the world, and it's so hilarious.
I forgot that was the direction that show took. I totally forgot.
No, I don't think that was associated with the actual show. I think that was just like a thing that people did on the side for like an internet thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really funny.
I'd say it's like I guess a funnier version of or a more popular version of Gorefield, right? Or what's
Gorefield?
What's that show? Yeah, is that Gorefield?
Lasagna Cat?
Lasagna Cat, that's what it was.
Do we talk about Lasagna Cat now?
I don't know if we have to, but I mean, if you'd like.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen listening in onto the podcast, if you would like a fun / horrifying afternoon, look up Lasagna Cat on...
Look none further.
Look no further, ladies and gentlemen, than Lasagna Cat on YouTube. And what it is...
Well, the thing is, like... Okay, hold on. Like, before we even explain it, should we explain it? Because I feel like that ruins part of the fun. I think that ruins part of the fun. Because I think it's like... I think explaining it is almost too much for that show. Like, it's...
Really?
It's so... In a way. I think... I don't know. It's sort of like... There's something strange about, like, that... About Garfield and...
I mean, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Like, Lasagna Cat has a video up called like "Sex Survey Results," which is like by far the most disturbing video I've ever seen on YouTube.
It's pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
Have you seen it or no?
Yeah, no, I've watched it. I mean,
the whole thing.
Well, not all the way through, but yeah, I've watched. I watched bits and pieces and to the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say like, yeah, I'd say it's like one of the stranger like social experiment sort of interaction with the audience pieces that like that really excites me about that piece. But at the same time, like it's just it's a lot. It's kind of a lot.
I love the fucking episode they have of it where like they go through the usual shtick of just going through a Garfield comic. Mm-hmm. And then this one guy spending like a literal hour talking about every single detail in the Garfield comic and why it's become his obsession for the last like 50 years. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, that son of a bitch, Garfield.
But what the fuck is with Garfield? Like,
it's just like, well, I mean, I suppose I can, resident artist in the building. Like as a kid, like I used to be very invested in comic strips, and I always found Garfield to be like sort of, it's like that American staple, It's like one of those.
Right.
It's like it's up there with like Mickey Mouse and Homer Simpson. It's like just one of those characters that's like, all right, every person in America and beyond probably knows who this guy is and what this comic is. And it's just like, it's just weird because I think it's just the iconicness of the character is what made it famous. But like, it's a comic strip. Like, how much more famous can a character get, and how much more like interesting can it be?
Right.
But like, it's a comic strip. I mean, it's
a
rare
fucking
that,
comic.
Like web comics are made nowadays, and they're pretty good.
Like not even like a comic book like serial comic. It's just a newspaper comic.
As a comic strip, it's difficult to make a series that's as good as it is. But I do know people and artists that do make funny and interesting and thought-provoking like comic strip series on their blogs and shit. But like, it's
on
just
their
strange.
Twitters and in their Finstagrams.
Yeah, exactly.
And their Facebook.
Their webtoons and their tappas and their own domain that they made, like some fucking smart guy or something.
I keep forgetting about that Webtoons is a thing.
Webtoons is great, man.
Is it?
I think there's a lot of great stuff on there because you have like, well, what's interesting about it is that you can have comics. Well, part of it is that if you have it on your phone, something that I think is really interesting, and it like plays off of the medium of a webcomic, which is part of it is it's that scrollability, right? It's like that whole Instagram thing or the whole Twitter thing where it's just endless scrolling.
Right.
But it plays off that and that dynamic in a way that you can have webcomics that flow really easily from top to bottom. So I think it has that going for it. And I think it also works like that in a web browser. But what's also cool about it is that you can add music to accompany bits and pieces of it to create atmosphere.
Really?
Yeah. That's a real thing. It's super cool. I've had amazing, like, I've read some really incredible stuff that has that feature incorporated into it, and it's crazy what it can turn into, like that whole medium. But I guess in the 1970s, Jim Davis had a newspaper comic, and I think that's pretty much all he could do with it.
Right.
But like,
and then it unfolded into / I'm sorry, John, which is
yeah. Well, I feel like, do you know where that came from? Because I think I know the story behind that a little bit.
I mean, like, didn't it come from like this one guy made a comic where like John woke up in his house and realized it was entirely like Garfield textured, and then he like goes down the stairs and looks at the wall and realizes that like the whole house with him in it has been swallowed by Garfield, and Garfield's like, "Oh, I was so hungry, John. I'm sorry, John." And then it was like, ah.
Oh no, I thought it was from this one guy, because I guess this is the art podcast today, but.
Oh yeah.
There's this. Well, yeah, fair enough.
This episode title is Garfield is based. No.
Oh God, that's absolutely what the title has to be, unless we find something creative in the next half.
We can't have two titles be Garfield is like a character.
Something
is
based. Yeah. Well, we can. We could try.
I don't want to though.
I know. But I think
the rule of improv be damned. I do not want to.
I don't give a fuck. This is content.
This is content. You fuck. Listen in. You gotta make a good title for the goddamn podcast, because I'm not feeding my kids tonight, okay?
Motherfucker has like iguanas as his pets, and it's just like, my children, I cannot have them starve.
They need their beans and rice, okay?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
It's gonna peak the audio fucking amazingly. Anyway.
actually, surprisingly, my audio is not peaked yet. I thought I would already. I haven't.
Oh, I've been peaking. I've been peaking all night.
I've peaked all night. Yeah. Dude, when I think of like creepy Garfield stuff,
Right.
there's one guy who does pixel art, like, because that's a whole genre of artistry on the internet, pixel art, and it's there's this one guy named Lumpy Touch on Twitter. He goes by Lumpy, and this guy, I think he started a series called like Gorefield, which was basically like
Garfield.
Yeah, you know that whole Game Boy looking series where it was like that creepy creature.
Yeah, I see it right now.
I think that's the start of it. At least to me.
You think it's the start of it?
Well, I don't think it was at that time, but I think it was at that time that we really started to become more aware of it, you know? At least that's what it feels like to me. I don't know. Maybe it's not, though.
I don't know. I kind of assumed that there was something before that, but it's still.
Oh,
really
I'm
cool.
sure there. Well, I mean, I'm sure that whole series was pretty much before that. But, I don't know. I felt like that guy like really encapsulated that sort of essence of his stuff, and I thought that was really good. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just misinformed of my Gorefield lore.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole reason why I know all this shit about Garfield is that I watched an hour-long video on it by one of my favorite video essay makers on YouTube, Super Eye Patch Wolf. He makes very good video essays about all things from like wrestling to anime to even like fake psychics and karates.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes very good video essays. And I saw him, I recommended one day, because like he's done episodes on like bizarre fandoms in the world, in like the world, and he's done an episode on like Sonic the Hedgehog and Simpsons and Undertale, and he did one on Garfield, and it's like the most in-depth he's gone into a fandom ever, because the Garfield fandom is so fucking massive and it's so dumb.
Yeah, right.
Because, like, okay, I'm sorry, our dear listeners, and Dominic, to an extent, that you have to realize this now, but after this episode ends, I want you to realize how many times Garfield shows up in your life after this.
It's a surprising amount.
It's a surprising amount.
Considering, like what was the last time you saw a Garfield comic? Like, for me, it must have been, like an actual Garfield comic.
Not even Garfield comic, just the character in general.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, if you even think about, like, if you think about the number of times you see him, and then the number of times you've seen his comic strip, like, it's very odd. It's very creepy.
Like, in the span of like a month, Chris Pratt got announced to play Garfield, and then Garfield got added to Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, which is that shitty Smash clone.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Nick All-Star Brawl?
Please go ahead. I feel like I know what you're going to complain about, but
it sucks.
Ahead. Yeah, well,
it's not good.
Well, I know that.
I'm sure
I have never know that.
So for reference, ladies and gentlemen, Dominic and I are very big fans of Smash Brothers. So much so that we have a tradition now of every single time this podcast ends recording, we just play Smash Brothers.
Yep.
And it's very fun. Shout outs to Palutane's Temple. It's the best goddamn stage. Fight me. Anyway.
Make sure you don't attack like a bitch.
So, Dominic, have you played Nick All-Star Brawl or not?
No, because when it first came out, it was $40, and I was not spending $40. $50. I was not going to spend $50 in that game.
When it came out, it was on sale for $40. Which already is a red flag for me.
That's way too much.
Okay, here's the thing. It's a $50 game that looks and plays like a $30 game.
Hell, I'd say a $25 game, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean,
it just isn't that good.
like, my biggest fucking problem with... Okay, I have multiple problems with the game. First of all, animations are not that good. Most up tilts in the game are, like, 5-frame animations with barely any, like, follow through or, like, anticipation or, like, any basics of animation. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because, like, there's a video out there of, like, this guy going through, like, Mario, Donkey Kong, Captain Falcon, and I think and Yoshi's up tilts, and you see how fluid and clear and breathtaking those animations are because they're just very solid. Mm-hmm. And then you cut the Helga in fucking Nick All-Star Brawl, and she just moves her arm up, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, I think what the problem with Nick All-Stars is the fact that the standard for like a platform fighting game is just so
so high.
It's like
I've said this before and I'll say it again. Smash Brothers fans really do not. I am a massive fan of fighting games. Mm-hmm. I love like all kinds of fighting games from Guilty Gear Strive to Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 to Street Fighter Third Strike to King of Fight, KOF, Garo, Mark of the Wolf. I can just name a bunch of them. But, like, the thing... Did I just forget what I was about to say?
Oh my god, you also had a stroke. Let's go.
Fuck. What was I saying?
About Smash.
Yes.
Smash players.
The thing that Smash players do not realize is how good they have it.
That's true.
Because,
there's a lot of good things going for it.
Dude, the amount of detail in every single character's moveset, apart from some of them, is amazing.
Well, even some of them that aren't that good, they're not, like, horrible.
Yeah,
they're not,
like Ganondorf is just a slower clone of Captain Falcon, and he still has some really good fucking moments. Like, his sword in Ultimate is amazing.
Oh, yeah. But I'd argue, like even his moves, they're not, like, bad. Like, they're not, like, atrocious in the way that maybe you're thinking about, but they're more like... It's more like the animation of those moves and the way that it's presented is so, like, well done that you feel the weight of every hit. Like, it's good. It's really well done.
I have this thing where, like... This came from Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Because there's a commentator named Yipes.
Mm-hmm.
And
shout out to Yipes.
Shout out to Yipes. What an amazing guy. Is Marvel baby, but
is Marvel baby.
Is Marvel baby. But he came up with this idea that there's a character in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom named Nova, who's like is a Marvel character and is like has like this helmet that he uses to like fly at like supersonic speeds and shit. He's a part of the Nova Corps. And he calls him the grown man because all of his moves hit like a truck. And I looked at that and I was like, you can kind of apply that same mentality to Ganondorf.
Yeah, right.
So whenever I see I play Ganondorf, I'm like, okay, here comes the grown man. Okay.
And it's our nickname for him, the grown man.
Yeah. But, like, hey, Dominic, also.
Yep. You
know what's a really important part of a character?
What, Joey?
Their voice.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
Hey, you know what else is important to the world of, like, Nickelodeon cartoons?
Their voices.
Their voices.
And suddenly it's just vanished.
And Nick All-Star has none of them.
Yeah. For now.
Some of the most iconic fucking characters ever. Like, SpongeBob SquarePants. Excuse me. Like, SpongeBob, Aang, Ren and Stimpy, fucking...
Cat Dog.
Cat Dog! Like...
Powdered Toast Man, that one you don't even need the actor.
Powdered Toast Man is like...
You can just do whatever for Powdered Toast Man. That's what I think. You just
that is,
find
you can
some
literally
guy.
record yourself up to a mic saying the most random bullshit, and it would count for Powdered Toast Man.
Powdered Toast Man. That's just how the voices go. I've watched the cartoon before. That's how he sounds. Trust me. I love Powdered Toast Man.
Also, in terms of gameplay, I have never played a game that was so button mashy in my entire life.
It looks like it, man.
Like,
I've seen clips on the internet, and man, that game looks like, whew, it's a lot of buttons.
It's a lot of buttons. And, like, don't get me wrong, I like games where you press a lot of buttons. I love one of my favorite fighting games is Marvel vs. Capcom. But at the same time, you need to have, like, motive behind all of those buttons. And, like...
You can't just go willy-nilly with your buttons. You gotta know how to play it just right.
And also, the problem is that, like... So there's a mechanic in Nick All-Star Brawl where you, like, when someone throws out a projectile, the other opponent can either hit it back, no matter what it is, or grab it and throw it back.
Oh, what the fuck? That's actually really cool. Like,
okay,
regardless?
But the problem with that is that it means that zoners cannot exist in this game.
Right. That's true. Well, like, think about it this way.
It also, like, in my opinion, like, one of the most important and revolutionary moves ever to come out of any fighting game is the Hadouken.
Yeah.
Because it instantly puts you, like, when you throw it out, the other guy immediately has to think, okay, fuck, do I block or do I jump?
Mm.
And from there, you can counter that. Like,
right.
And,
true.
like, the fact that, like, you can't, like, when you throw it out, there's, like, an easy, like, fucking counter for that. It's dumb. I don't like it. Like, yes, you should have, like, one thing I really do like is that in Ultimate Marvel 3, which I'll keep bringing up, there's a mechanic in that game called Advancing Guard, where not only if your opponent is attacking you at, like, not only if your opponent is attacking you very close, can you, like, push them back, but if they shoot out a projectile, it reflects back at them. So it rewards, like, defensive play. But at the same time, like...
I just think
God,
it's just really interesting because, like, in Smash you have that occasionally, you know? Like, it depends on the item, and it depends on how you react to it, and it depends on your own character. Like, I know, like, specifically in Ultimate, like, you can catch, like, you can catch, like, Link's bombs. Like, Young Link and Toon Link, like, you can catch their bombs and throw them back.
Yeah, but you can't catch their arrows.
That's true. Like, that's what I'm saying, is that it's not all, like, that's not the play entirely.
It shouldn't be all projectiles can be it shouldn't be that all projectiles can be caught.
Yeah.
Like, that's just BS in my opinion.
But I think, like, imagine having like in the air, right? Imagine, like, you're about to get hit by this aerial, but if you do, like, a frame perfect input, you can block it in reverse. I think that'd be super cool. Because then that's, like, an actual move of skill, and it's interesting in the dynamic, and it shows, like, knowledge of the game more than just being able to just, like, grab it and throw it back, or just hitting it back. I don't know. But I think that does bring up... there is something funny about that idea that came to one of Smash's oldest games that's still played competitively to this day, Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Melee!
I'm sure we've... I feel insulted. I'm so mad.
I fucking hate Melee.
I know you hate Melee. I enjoy Melee, but I know he doesn't. So I'll put this out there.
I don't hate Melee as a game. I just hate the scene.
That's
I think it's just a bunch of
fucking,
like, just a bunch of fucking dudes that, like, obsess over, like, frame data and breaking the game in their own fucking ways. And like for me, the line in the sand is when the director of the game says stop playing the game like that. I'm like, okay, fuck.
You know what, Joey? I'm a bad boy. I don't want any director of a game to tell me how to play my fucking game. That's a fucking t-shirt.
That's
you know what, Joey? I'm a bad boy.
And it's just the Smash logo.
it's just a copy of Melee. Oh my god. But anyways, going back to the Melee thing. I realized that concept in like hitting objects back is actually in it's in Melee now because with the whole pandemic and everything being online, and the Smash competitions are like gigantic events with like hundreds of people, thousands of people showing up. I mean, now it's all online, it sucks. But what's great is it led to the development of a better online mode, because before the online for Melee was iffy, but now it had it had a certain rollback system, so that way it was a lot easier to manage, less like
rollback,
frame
baby.
drops and shit. Yeah. And more importantly, there's a simple mod for a game mode of Melee where it was competitive volleyball. Where you
that thing.
Yeah, I saw plays of that game. I was able to play it on my PC, and my god, that is so much fun.
It looks fun.
That is a fun version of Smash, and I am pissed that it does not exist in Ultimate. Although I'm sure someone's going to build it in that stage builder.
I mean, they made the closest I think is that they made a tetherball in Rivals.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's also
and then
really
I played it and I was like, I hate this because I can never hit the fucking ball.
It's because you got to get good, brah. You got to get good. It's hard to get good. I know. It's reality. It's a harsh reality.
The more I think about Nick All-Star Brawl, the more it just frustrates me.
How do you think it frustrates me? Because I wanted something that was competitive to Ultimate, and it just failed.
Like,
I was so excited for it to compete.
My biggest fucking problem with the game is that, like, I don't even think for some of the characters it properly represents them and what they would do.
I agree.
My biggest fucking example of that is Aang.
Yeah.
Because Aang, for those of you who know, in the show, which is one of the greatest goddamn shows ever made, is a pacifist, and he doesn't like fighting, but he will do it if he has to. And, like, he likes, his bread and butter is airbending, and he likes, like, moving around fast and keeping people from a distance. So why the hell is he a goddamn, like, rushdown character?
I have no idea.
Also, he mainly uses airbending. He barely ever uses his staff for fighting. So why does he use his staff for fighting for the entire game?
It makes Big Stick makes fun, happy sounds, I guess. Big Stick go boom.
Because Big Stick go wee. But it infuriates me. Like,
oh yeah, no, believe me.
And the sad fact,
he's talked about it a lot.
The sad thing about it is that I know Thaddeus is very passionate about this project, but I'm like, at the end of the day, Thaddeus Cruz and his whole team at Ludosity is very passionate about this project.
Of course.
But the problem is, when you run the whole entire idea of making a platform fighter, you need to ask the question, why would an audience member buy this game instead of Smash Brothers? That is the number one game you have to... That's the number one question you have to answer. Because I don't care how small or, like, devoted your team is, your competition is Smash Brothers. And that's a fact. That's just a fact. And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, why would I play this game when Smash Brothers is right there? And I'm like, exactly. I'm sorry, like, no. It has a way bigger roster that's like almost like 5 times the size of it for like only $10 more.
And it feels good to play.
Not including DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
There's a lot of DLC. There's a lot of
There's
DLC.
a lot of DLC.
I mean, you know, like, I feel like that's like a common like thing that just happens when you go onto a big scene, like in any market. Like, it's sort of like, well, we're gonna design the next smartphone. Okay, how in the world is this better than any iPhone? Or the same thing with like a tablet. Like, okay, how is this better than an iPad? Please tell me.
Right.
Because like that's your only competition basically, and it's like the biggest competition in town. It better be as good, if not better, and that's part of the problem.
That's kind of why, in my opinion, Rivals, and I'm gonna bite my own ass for saying this, that new Multiverses game looks so good. Because Rivals of Aether is 2D based, and it plays so well. It plays fucking magnificently. And on top of that, you have the tetherball mode, you have awesome indie guest characters, and you have like the workshop.
Yep.
Which is worth the price of admission alone on PC. Like,
I'd say like if it were like, to me, I feel like Rivals is like that sort of competition to Melee that it never had. You know what I mean? Like it's like
especially
that, it's at that
level. Especially Rivals 2, which is coming out. Have you seen any gameplay of it?
No, but I am excited about it.
It looks so good. Rivals 2 looks really fucking good.
Let me see. Because I know it's not pixelated
and like,
anymore.
The reason why I'm saying that Multiverses looks really good is because, like, yes, it's still 3D, but A, the animations still look very good. B, there's voice acting to these iconic characters. And C, and most importantly, they are switching up a very fundamental gameplay formula, and that is that game's main competitive, like, scene is going to be 2v2. Which no other platform fighter really has, like, dived into that much. Because, like, yes, like 2v2 matches are, like, really good, have always like been a thing, but like it's like not the focus, and I'm really interested to see where like that game will take it.
Right, for sure. And you know, like, I think like what's great about those sorts of games is that it's something that I think is interesting about online media and content and things like that versus like a giant corporation, which is the fact that there's a certain love that's put into those sorts of projects where it heightens the abilities of people on the internet and like the everyman that has that access to that sort of system, you know?
Right.
I think like that kind of stuff like means a lot to people, and I think what's great about Rivals is that is exactly why it competes with Smash, is its ability to like connect with people in a way that's like, hey, you get to build this game alongside with us. Like, you can make this your thing. And that sort of shit is like, oh, that gets me all excited.
Rivals of Aether is the underdog of the Smash Brothers platform fighter community.
Yep.
It is. It's the game that every single person in the entire scene, like almost every person in the entire scene, except for Coney because he hates the art style, but he's also a fucking jobber, so fuck it. He, like, it's, like, almost every single person in the, like, Smash scene says, yeah, that's a great fucking game. And it's, like, the only one they agree on.
Yeah.
Because what else is there? Nick All-Star Brawl, which is, like,
No.
Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion.
Yeah, on the PlayStation.
Which, like, that was 3DS, and then, like, the upgraded version was on, like, consoles.
I will say, the only competitor to Smash, and specifically Melee, that I do think is funny and also, like, amazing is
Are you gonna
Shrek. The Shrek game. Oh, my God. That game has some shit. That game's got some dirt.
I've seen the fucking tech video where somebody is playing, like, Fiona, and they're, like, swimming through the air.
Yup, I do.
And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what else? You know what else failed to compete with Smash Brothers? Fucking PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about that game. Yeah, that's not
Everyone
very
forgot
good.
about that game.
It's not good.
You know, it's not good because they didn't get fucking Crash and Spyro for it.
Yeah, you kind of fucked yourself on that one.
That and also like the whole entire like gameplay idea of it is specifically that like you have to hit the super attack to kill the opponent, which means that a match could literally go for like 3 hours and not get anywhere.
Yeah, right. Oh god.
Like, it's so like when you watch a match of PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale sped up, it is one of the worst looking things to see. In all honesty, because it's just people running around doing moves and then doing it like for over and over again. And when somebody fucking misses their goddamn super attack, it's like, oh, I gotta do it again. Like, I don't know. It just feels fucking brain dead. Because like all you're doing is you're like leveling up your guy to like level 3, the level 3 super, which is like basically an instant kill.
Right.
I'm like, damn. Also, Dante in that game is the bad DMC Dante from the reboot, and not the iconic, way better written character of Dante from the originals, which I still hate. I still hate that.
Oh my god, dude, that is chock full of Smash.
Yeah,
dude, I like. Now, here's the real question. Have you ever played Smash 64?
I have.
Okay. I mean, I think we all know our opinions on it. And the only people that I think enjoy that game competitively or for any other reason is probably 30.
Okay, that and like
they're
the whole...
least 30.
I will say the whole like Smash Con combo contest like thing with Smash 64 is amazing.
That shit is killer. Because that
shit is so like how do you even workshop that? Like,
well, because the game is like 20 odd years old. I mean, it's so old, like that you know how it works. Well, I think also the other thing is like, well, first of all, it's like not nearly as big as any of the other games at all.
Oh no,
but
it came out before like. Okay, the way I would describe it is that 64 took a step, but Melee made a statement.
Melee fucking leaped.
Okay, 64 took a step.
Melee did the long jump.
Melee leaped. Wait, Brawl made a statement.
Brawl made a statement.
And then with third parties and shit.
4 kind of like... Four tried to do like a front flip, but it kind of landed on its butt instead of like actually landing on its feet, you know? And then Ultimate just like did a long jump.
Then Ultimate did a long jump backflip into
they did a BLJ.
into Pile Driver, into a 30-kilometer run into biathlon, into
360 no scope.
Pulling the sword from the shield, into DDT,
Excalibur.
into
CBT.
Smash Ultimate is my favorite game ever made.
There you go.
Yeah, it's so good. I love
really good.
literally everything about that game. Everything. Maybe not the online code, but
did not win Game of the Year. Still mad about that.
I mean, to be fair, like I've thought about that a lot.
Rather old at that point. It felt old.
Okay, it was in the weird spot where it was going up against not only was it a year old, it was going up against Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, that game was really good too.
It's a FromSoft game. Like,
yeah, that's true.
They're all really good. Which is one of the big reasons why fucking Elden Ring is the most hyped shit ever. And I don't know anything about it. Because I suck at Souls-likes. Because the only one I played was Bloodborne, and I died like 5 minutes into it, and I was like, okay, no.
No. There's no way. Oh my god. But like, I don't know, man. I think there's just something about Smash that, and like platforming fighters, that like it creates like a unique spunk. It's something that like just doesn't really exist in a
spunk.
I love
Smash Brothers is a spunk.
Well,
that's the title of the goddamn
that
episode.
is absolutely the title. God damn it. There's a... Sorry, let me rephrase that. There is a unique
Smash
funk.
Brothers is a spunk, and it smells like Garfield.
It smells like a cat just covered in fucking lasagna. That's the smell of Smash. No, there's a unique funk to platforming fighters that I think it gives it like that creative edge and that ability to really be be unique and stick in people's minds, and that's why I'm like sort of like, well, shit. I think it's interesting how it drives people to do those. I don't know. It drives people to do some cool shit and to see the world differently.
Fuck yeah.
I like that about it. Well,
I love how the thing I always love about Smash Brothers is that how it started so small, kind of, as just a little Nintendo crossover, and then over the years just literally exploded into the biggest crossover in gaming history.
Yeah,
to the point where fucking Banjo-Kazooie, Sora, Steve from Minecraft, Link, Cloud, and fucking Simon Belmont can all be in the same fucking screen.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
And who knows what'll happen in the future.
I don't see like another Smash. This is
I don't either, and that's totally
Smash.
Fine.
This is the peak Smash Brothers. This is the golden age of Smash Brothers.
It's okay if it's the peak. That's totally fine.
Yeah, I am 100% fine with it too, but I'm just saying that it's the peak.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can't go further than adding Sora from goddamn Kingdom Hearts into Smash Brothers. The character who Dominic will know, I said for the longest time, would never fucking make it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I could think of at least one that could make it in.
Gino's not making it in.
No, not Gino. The Crash.
Yes.
Duh. I mean, if actually,
that makes sense. That makes sense more now that Microsoft now owns all of Blizzard Activision.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know about you. That just seems like a smart idea, but they're never going to do that because that's the end. So, oops.
Yeah.
Speaking of the end, I don't know about you, but I think I see the ambulance in the distance. Do you want to do the
smooth segue? No, let's roll with it. Let's roll with it.
Okay, bet. I didn't know if I was stealing your thunder, but I was like,
go for it. Go for it.
All right, fuck. Wait, hold up, guys. Wait, where's the script? Oh, there it is.
It's not okay. I'll do it.
No, I see it.
Fuck it.
I see it. No.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
God damn it.
You see how dysfunctional this is?
No,
we didn't even talk about fucking ADHD this episode.
No, barely. We barely touched on it.
And like Dominic said, the ambulance is on its way. So I would like to personally thank you once again for listening to We're Having Stroke. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you find this entertaining and that stuff.
And make sure follow. Make sure you follow. Also, make sure that you fucking have a stroke and smash your brothers. That's my 2 cents on that.
My god. I was not ready for that at all. Oh my god. Anyway.
Bye, everybody.
This has been We're Having a Stroke. My name is Joey. My co-host is Dominic. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you.
Everybody, love you.